morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, what time you're listening. This is Aussie Tech Heads episode 502, and it is, the 15th of the 9th, 2016. How are those Sharkies the other week? All right, and we've got another week full of news stories to bring to you. We are brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au. That's Aussie Tech Heads web hosting. Yes, that's right, athwebhosting.com.au, and you can go there and get all your web hosting needs. SSLs, we've got a story about Google Chrome coming up later and what they're going to do to non-SSL sites. And whoopee-doo. All right, now let's introduce who we've got on the show this week. First of all, from left to right, no particular order, except that one. Jace, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, dude?
Good. How you been? We haven't seen you for a couple of weeks.
What's up? Yeah, had a bit of personal stuff to deal with, but starting to get out the other side. And I thought I might as well start turning up again since Will's going to do a runner on us.
He is. And speaking of Will, how you going, Will?
Hey, mate.
How is the move going?
Well, we don't technically. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my phone so I can read the comments when they come up in the newsfeed. We don't start really until Saturday, so that'll be fun.
Right.
You know, right when that bad weather hits. Yeah.
Yes.
At least it's not as bad as Melbourne and South Australia. They're all underwater now.
Victoria's copping it at the moment, aren't they? Man, they're copping it.
The biggest storm for 300 years or something. Is that right? Is that what I heard?
Just a good time. Last weekend, my daughter moved back down there.
Oh, no.
Lucky, really.
Started a new school today, too, so
Oh, yeah.
good luck with that.
Good stuff. All right. Now, look, other things we got to get through is don't forget the Aussie Tech Radio. You can tune in on the TuneIn Radio app. It's multi-platform, cross-platform. It's platform, generic, whatever. It's everywhere. And you just search up Aussie Tech Radio. It's 24/7, wall-to-wall podcast, tech podcast back-to-back from around Australia and New Zealand. And, jump in there. It's put it on in the background. You know, you got tune in on the car. Just tune it in.
We got 2 new ones.
I know. What is going on? What is going on? The Obsidian Loft.
Presses.
Hey?
Hot off the presses.
The Obsidian Loft and the Old Fart Geeks have both had episodes this week. So I don't know what's going on.
It's got nothing to do with the fact I might not have internet for another month.
Oh, right.
You say 6 months?
You should have spaced it out, Will. You should have, released them one a fortnight or something.
When we're doing the shows, he already is spaced out.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to phone in the next one.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so look, I can't believe Jace was telling me before the show that his NBN was only getting about two down, but that's right, we figured that out. It might have been the Wi-Fi connection. I was going to say it's not cracked up to it's not all cracked up like it should be. Is
Sometimes I get 15 on there on good days, but today they just felt like 2. But it was just before the show. We're getting ready for the show, and then I'm like, okay, you guys are starting to get a bit blurry on Skype. Let me do a ping test. And I started up speed test, and it was like 2, and then everything dropped out, and I had no internet whatsoever. So I went and restarted the modem, and then unplugged and replugged in my USB Wi-Fi key, and it's not much better.
No, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I gave Skype some feedback too, but we can't mention that on there.
That's the same feedback I leave them every time.
Right.
Very high-pitched squealing noise, right?
Very, very much so. Also, jump on the facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads. You might be there now watching us live. When we do go live, and if Will's around, he streams because my upload isn't good enough to give Facebook what it wants. Very hungry, Facebook. So
yeah, it's nearly 5 meg.
So if Will's around, we're going to do Facebook Live. If Will's not around, well, it's just the old
Facebook
YouTube. Yeah, we're going to have someone sit down and type it out. What do you call those people? It's typists.
Typists.
That's right. A transcriptor. And also youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. And the site, of course, is aussietechheads.com.au/podcast. And you can get me at on Twitter at Glenn Goodman or at Aussie Tech Heads. And Jace, where are you? At Warlock, Waulok.
Yep.
Will's at somewhere, Mr. Tompkinson, I think.
Tompkinson.
All right.
Geeks,
and don't forget too that their website's obsidianloft.com, and apparently oldfartgeeks.com works now as well.
Hey.
Sorry about that. We may potentially have forgotten to register that domain
a year ago. I'm surprised it wasn't picked up. One of my old sites got picked up, and then it was redirecting to poker sites, and then porn sites, and then advertising, and everyone keeps picking it up. I'm like, It's not that exciting domain or anything.
No, they just pick up anything they want. And also the Aussie Mac Zone. Look, the guys have a great podcast on the new Apple stuff that came out last week. I really want an Apple free zone here tonight, or this week, but I've got a couple of little stories. You can't help but talk about the stupid thing. All right.
Yes, you can. It's easy.
Yeah, well, I've got one, and I've updated,
Of course you do.
So you got to talk about it.
Actually, I have to admit, that's the only story I had. Was the new updates.
Oh,
How it
right.
broke everything.
All
How
right.
it can brick your devices. That's pretty cool, right? At least they don't catch fire, I guess. So that's good. They got that going for them.
True. Would you rather have a brick or a fire?
Depends
Interesting.
if it's winter.
Yeah, if it's winter,
True.
you might want a fire.
True.
It's like all the people with those plasma TVs. They had a nice warm house.
Yeah, I've got a plasma.
I've got a-
They do get warm.
I've got a plasma.
There you
It's
go.
ridiculous. You can't touch the top of the TV half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty
I
warm.
got the very last 55-inch Samsung plasma that they made. And
Nice.
that
Samsung
was
always make good stuff.
5 years ago. And it's been on pretty much 24/7 for 5 years, so it's done pretty good.
Why is it getting hot? Let me see.
No, it's starting to go now, but 5 years out of a plasma running that long, I'm more than happy with it.
Now, got a few comments on the YouTube last week at youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. Mike McGrumpy, he wasn't too keen on the Apple event either, by the sounds of it. He's sickened by the pretentious way Apple and Johnny Ives, in particular, describe their features. He'll be damned if he can tolerate the whole magical speak. I know, isn't it crazy? And shout out to Andrew. He watches us on Amtrak train between New York and Boston. Good stuff.
Isn't Amtrak? That's the Skyrail, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Boat.
I don't know.
I think I have to look it up. I think it's Skyrail, if I remember my Blues Brothers correctly.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look. Let me Google that.
So,
Amtrak.
I think from memory, he was parked next to his hotel room was right next to the Amtrak train line.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. Let's have a look here. We get a picture of this in a minute. Oh, the internet. She loves it, doesn't it? Come on.
Okay, Amtrak's
Straight
just
NBN.
Amtrak's just the owning company by the looks of it.
All right. I think their website's down. Oh, no? It's coming? No?
No.
Oh,
It's
so
working,
don't
but
you
yeah,
hate
it's-
when you push back, it just flashes up as if to go, sucked in?
Yeah, no, it looks like Amtrak's the name of the company that owns it. Okay, there you go.
Here we go. Oh, there's a picture of a doggy on the screen. There you
That's the wrong sort of track.
go. Oh, was it? Oh,
I don't know. Picture of a dog. I can't. What's that got to do with the train?
yeah.
He's a very well-trained dog.
Well, haha.
Speaking of,
And look, Mr. Dodecahedron, he's written a bloody he's written a novel. Blah blah blah. I'll just say hello to Dodecahedron. Thanks for that. And Eric has responded to
with
you.
a name like that, you would be expected to write a novel, wouldn't you?
10 paragraphs, I expected. How many has he got?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not living up to his name. I need 10. All right, so good stuff. Keep the comments coming on the YouTube. It's always good to get those as well. All right, now where are we going to start? Let's start. What were you talking about? You're talking about bricking. Let's talk about that.
I was talking about Russian jet trains, but
Will turned into a train.
Now the
Russian
Apple's
jet trains.
the iOS 10. Now, can you believe the iOS 10 came out, and within an hour, I think it pretty much was. There was a few phones in the lineup. They were being bricked by the update. By the time I got to the update, it was 10.0.1, and I thought to myself, just have had issues already. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's the go. I thought I had a picture of a brick. I mustn't have. What's this picture?
The only option users
not
are given to plug the broken device into a computer, open iTunes, and attempt to complete the update process. Meaning, those who weren't near a computer were left without a device.
Oh,
So that's the solution. So if you did get bricked, chuck it into iTunes or ring up
According
Apple Care.
to ZDNet, or ZDNet, I guess if you want to get technical. Searching for brick is a common term used to label an electronic device that's rendered unusable. So there you go. Just in case you were wondering what brick stood for.
Yeah, I got a nice.
no more slide to unlock after all that complaining and suing and stuff that somebody else put slide to unlock. Now they're like, well, we just got rid of it altogether.
Well, how do you unlock it?
You have to put your finger on
yeah.
the home button and then push the home button hard to unlock it.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
can go back to, in the options, you can go into the functionality of the home button
Yep.
and turn on touch to unlock.
Oh,
But
all
by
right.
default, it's now touch and push down to unlock.
Well,
Oh,
according to the latest rumor mill, the next iPhone won't have a home button. It'll be purely all screen.
Oh,
There
did
won't be a button on it.
G3.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Most of the Android phones have been like that for a while, but
yeah. Look, I'm not too unhappy. Like, I don't know. You said, Jace, what you didn't like the notifications.
The new notifications is cool. It's just going to take a bit of getting used to.
I like them. I like how they're separated into categories. I can actually read them easier. And I can, yeah, I like them. I like
Not
it.
the actual notification screen. I mean, when you're looking at something, a little thing pops down and then disappears
Okay.
again.
Oh, right, okay. I'll have to get. I
Easily.
don't remember some of those, but yeah. Look, I don't know. Overall, it's not too bad. Different colours. I don't know about the light bit down the bottom, but anyway.
You ever used the 3D touch on yours? I keep forgetting it's even there.
Yeah, same. And then sometimes I push too hard and it goes, bzzzt, and I went, oh, that's right. It's
I
there.
can post to Facebook without opening Facebook. I don't want to do that.
How do you do that? Can you do that?
Yeah, if you put, that's the 3D touch. If you bring up the Facebook or some sort of app like that, and you hold your finger on it and then push the screen a tiny little bit, it'll pop up a menu and says create post, reply, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the apps.
Oh, it does too. Yeah, cool. That's nice. I like, well, I don't know about but on the message screen, I think the messages they've changed. You can write with your finger on them and send them a message.
iMessage. You can buy and send stickers too now, with funny cartoon characters and stuff like Facebook Messenger.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So look, there's a couple of new little things there. So yeah, it's worth the update, I suppose. Make sure you get 10.0.1 though.
Plus, it fixes security problems, so you might as well.
Ah, who cares about security problems? I don't. They're never anything that's going to worry me, are they? Nah.
No,
All
not
right.
you. The previous one before the recent release, they could take over your phone and make phone calls and record things, but
Oh,
the
okay.
current one they can't.
Good. All right. That's the. What did I have another? Let me get me an Apple story out of the way then, and then we can just move on. Oh, we just did it. The features and the bricking. There you go.
yeah, it's so
You know that
memorable.
stuff we've been talking about since the show started? All of that.
That's right. And look, there's a picture of I don't know, some guy had a
All
bricked iPhone. All right, Will.
Well, to balance it out, I suppose we should talk about Android,
Yep.
in particular the Note 7 debacle that's currently going on. So with the hundreds of thousands of phones Note 7s they sold, something like 10 or 12 cases have been reported of them catching on fire. And as I suspected last week, it has been put down to faulty batteries, which is what we kind of expected the problem would be.
And how are they going to fix it, Will?
So basically, they recalled all the phones. So it's a free recall. You're quite welcome to bring it back, and they'll give you a new one. With the new one, there's a couple of different ways to tell it's a new one. One is on the box itself. It will have an S on the box, meaning safe. It'll be a blue S, I think it is from memory. And the other way is the charge. I'm just trying to bring up my story where I've got it written down. But the charge battery indicator on the Note 7 will be green instead of white.
Right.
So that's how you know that it's the newer model with the corrected battery.
They're also getting a software update so that all those phones will only charge up to 60% from now on, and therefore not catch fire.
If you haven't had a phone, if for some bizarre reason, if you haven't taken your recall back, even though you might as well because you're getting it for free anyway, the really weird part is something like 90% of the phones haven't been recalled. So what they're doing is they're pushing an update through this week sometime that will make it maximum charge of 60%, so they can't overcharge the batteries.
So don't play Pokemon Go because you'll run out in a couple of hours and you won't be able to play again.
Yeah, pretty much. And what'll happen is, so then, but the theory is they're going to basically force you to get a phone. There is some problems with some people who have bought to get in early, they've bought them from overseas.
Mm.
So that's going to make things a little bit interesting. But yeah, so far they had sold, according to Samsung, they had sold a total of 25 million handsets, with a total of, where did I see it? I think it was 19. Yeah, so 25 million handsets and 19 failures.
Yeah, right. Is that
A lot of people are going to trade in their Galaxy phone for iPhone 7. They've done speed tests, and the iPhone 7 CPU is twice as fast as the fastest Android, and the CPU is also even faster than any MacBook Air that's currently out.
on the new iPhone?
iPhone 7, yep.
But then you start with an iPhone. And so they basically said, yeah, the funny thing is that I can't find, I had a picture of it, the curve, the 25 million sold in 3 weeks. And then there was that one kid who his leg caught on fire or something. The sales dipped by 30% for 1 day and then continued up at the rate they were, they were escalating. So even with that, that hasn't affected sales at all. But yeah, if you've got a Note 7, take it back, get the updated one.
And you'll be right.
Especially don't use cheap chargers from eBay.
Well, it's not even the chargers, it was the batteries in this case. At the very least, if you can't be bothered taking your phone back because you're so vested in it and you've got all your Facebook contacts on there already, get another battery for it. Just buy another battery. And that'll solve
can't you back it up?
basically the problem. So,
Can't you back it up?
yeah, it's all. It does it
Could be
automatically.
lazy, though.
You what,
Some
sorry?
people just aren't real bright.
You're lazy.
It does it
Lazy.
automatically. Yeah, when you sign with an Android phone, when you first sign in, it says, do you want to restore just your contacts? Do you want to restore just your contacts and emails, or do you want to restore apps and everything? So you just click on the whole lot, and it'll take everything that you had on your previous install, and it'll push it across automatically.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, things are getting pretty good these days, aren't they? Like, I updated the iPhone from up to 9 to 10, and I didn't back it up. Couldn't be bothered. So it just went through, didn't lose anything. It was great. Good. Pretty smooth. App did it over the air as well. So, yeah, it was pretty good. Rightio. Now, look, this is something we've been talking about over the past couple of months. It's the JB Hi-Fi and the Good Guys. It was on, it was off, it was on, it was off, then it was off. But now it's on. It is.
They must have got them all drunk. Took advantage of them.
Yeah, it is on like Donkey Kong. JB Hi-Fi apparently is going to push its great push in the backside to its white good business with the addition of 101 Good Guys stores in Australia, bringing, let's say, total locations, JB and Good Guys, to 295. So the purchase was, I don't know, you can't say it was exactly, but it's purportedly. Is that a word? Purportedly.
Do we know if they're staying as their same branding, or are they going to a co-branding? Or
no, as far as I can understand, it's just the separate branding. They're individual things.
Okay.
So
because down the road from me at Oxley, there's a JB Hi-Fi next to a Good Guys.
Or maybe,
like, literally, you walk out of the JB Hi-Fi and into the Good Guys.
Well, maybe that one of them might close.
I got Good Guys within half an hour's drive of where I currently am, but JB's an hour, so it'd be nice if they could put a bit of the JB stuff into the Good Guys.
Yeah, I mean they've both got their strengths and weaknesses, don't you? Like, your Good Guys has got more of your household appliances and your white goods and stuff like that. They've both got the home theatre and the entertainment and that sort of side of it, but then your JB's got your
Gaming and music.
Yeah, music and more electronic side of it. So I think they're actually a really good match.
Look, the one at Rabina, like, I've been in there a few times. Every time you go in there, there's no one in there. I was, thinking, how's this place open? Like,
What's that, JB?
No, Good Guys.
JB.
No, Good Guys. You don't see no one in there. Oh, JB's all. It's in the shopping centre. It gets flogged every day. It's busy.
Yeah, we've got two. Well, I've got a Good Guys just down the road here, and then, as I said, the one at Oxley next to JB. And there's always, there's constantly a dozen people in the store. Like, it doesn't sound like much, but you get 3 people walk out and 3 people walk in at the same time. You've always got a dozen people in there all day.
Sounds
But I
like
actually
the hardly normal here.
Yeah,
You
well,
might see 2 or 3 people there during the day.
Well, apparently Jerry was interested. He said he would throw 900 at it, but obviously when push come the shove, he didn't want to.
here's the reason that we've got to pay. That's another story about the ATO.
Oh, your little story, or the one you love,
But
little
yeah,
pet
look,
story, Will.
I think JB and Good Guys, because Good Guys do their own brand. See, JB doesn't do any, well, as far as I'm aware, doesn't do any of their own branding on anything. It's all brand names. Because Good Guys has got their GVA stuff, which is actually really good quality stuff. I've got some friends who have got some of the Good Guys branded TVs and stereos, and really, really impressed with them.
I hadn't heard of it.
GVA, I've heard of GVA. Now, Michael Ford, who's the Good Guys boss, is going to continue to lead the business. And then the new Good Guys stores and new Good Guys stores will be opened in unrepresented catchment areas. So, yeah, if you don't have a JB Hi-Fi or a Good Guys, maybe there could be one coming near you. Let's hope so.
Might go into the old Masters buildings.
Well,
Well, Harvey Norman's moved. It's funny because we had Masters build a new complex here, and Bunnings were upset because it was bigger than them. So they built a big 2-story complex, and Bunnings moved into the 2-story complex. And then Harvey Norman decided to move into the old Bunnings warehouse. So now that's got Harvey Norman in it, and now the new Masters warehouse is going to have a JB in it. So I'm going to go back to having a JB a block away from a Good Guys again. So,
oh, you love it. You love it. Yeah.
well, which is useless to me because I'm moving anyway. So,
well, that's right. How far away is
moving,
it? You're not that far. Couple of K.
I'm moving to Rosewood, which is only about 15, 20 minutes. But Rosewood's literally a one-street town. Oh well, it's got 3 streets in it, but everything happens down one street. You've got 3 pubs, a general store, a couple of takeaways, and a couple of servos. That's pretty much.
So you don't have to go out of your way to do a pub crawl. That's good.
But there's no JB Hi-Fi or Good
It's
Guys.
actually just around the corner from me, so I can literally walk out my front door, walk a block across, there's one pub, walk the next block down, there's the next pub, walk the next block down, there's the next pub.
I've always wanted to live in walking distance of a pub. That's it, I'm selling.
I'll swap
Any other places around where you're moving to, Will?
Yeah, plenty, actually.
There you go.
All right. Jace, have anything caught your fancy over the period you've been away?
Yeah, Twitter said this week it will be offering users live-streamed video programs on technology, media, and business as the social network seeks to broaden its audience. The new service will be in partnership with the live and on-demand video news network Cheddar, the company's announced. Twitter is the fastest way to find out what's happening in the world and to engage in the live conversation about it. Their chief financial officer said, partnering with Cheddar will give people on Twitter another way to watch and discuss today's top stories as they unfold live, all on one platform. Programs will include live daily news from financial markets, an opening bell program in the morning hours and closing bell at the end of the trading day. Cheddar Opening Bell is broadcast daily from the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Closing bell is anchored from the NASDAQ market site at New York Stock Exchange. The programs include breaking news of the day, markets and business coverage, interviews with CEOs and startup founders, and profiles of technology, media, and culture ventures. The announcement comes with Twitter struggling to keep pace with faster-growing social networks and expand beyond its core base of users and move to profitability. In its last quarterly update, Twitter said the number of monthly active users edged up to 313 million, up 3% from a year ago and only slightly more than the 310 million the prior quarter. Last week, reports swirled that Twitter's board met to consider ways to cut costs, ramp up revenue, maybe even sell itself or properties such as video snippet sharing service Vine or mobile application building platform Fabric. Would you go to Twitter for your news videos?
I think Twitter, I don't know, a lot of rubbish on Twitter. Look, actually, one of the stories this week came from Twitter. I opened it up on the desktop here, and this story popped up. I'll get to it later. There's a Warnie story.
You can share that on your paper, can't you?
Yes. What you do with that paper that comes out twice a day, you can see it at aussietechheads.com.au/paper, and it comes out twice a day, and it's the way you program it to follow certain Twitter feeds, and it reprints like their their posts, but in a newspaper style format. And if you get the feeds right, the people that it follows, well, you come up with a pretty good little read. It's not just technology, this one that we've got going. It's got I don't know, it's business and news and whatever. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
I feature in there now and then.
You do. And I
get
think
a notification. You've just been mentioned on the paper. Wow, cool. I must have done something interesting this week for once.
For once, yes.
I'm not totally boring.
No, just no. Well, no.
Mostly.
And yeah, that's good. Yeah, so Twitter. Yeah, I don't know. Like I've got this thing on the Windows 10. What's it called? Tweetium, I think it is. I really like TweetDeck, but it's sort of not doing it for me anymore. I don't know if they even still have it. Do they? I think it might have died. Did TweetDeck die?
Yeah.
Didn't TweetDeck? Yeah. The problem is Twitter shut all the fire hoses down, so none of the companies can get the feeds bandwidth they need now.
I'm still using Echophon on the iPhone. I think tweeting's on the Android.
I don't think I've logged into Twitter in like 2 years.
I used to do it a lot because I was on the train either in Sydney for an hour each way or Melbourne 20 minutes each way to work. So it's something to do. You run out of stuff to look at in Facebook and everywhere else. It's like, stuff on Twitter.
I mean, I do if I get a mention or something, because I've got mine set to email me if I get a mention or I'm retweeted or something. So I'll jump on and look at it then. But to go on to Twitter for the sake of going on to Twitter. No.
I found out something interesting this week, though, that surprised me. With the update for the Pebble Watch, you can put in canned text replies. So if someone says, "Hi, are you still coming this afternoon?" you can click a couple of buttons and then go yes, and it'll send it from the watch. And I got a notification that somebody had replied to me in Twitter, came up on there, and then I clicked the enter button and it said canned replies. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll click on there and click OK, and it said sent. I was like, I don't think that's gone to Twitter, though, because I don't think that's supported. And I opened the Twitter up, and sure enough, it had sent it from the watch. So I was like, that's brilliant. Didn't even know it could do that.
Yeah, it looks like I've just been playing around. TweetDeck's still around, but it's browser only, which I don't like.
Yeah.
Because that's just another browser you got to have open, isn't it? Or it's a tab that you got to have open. I don't like it. And
I don't like it.
I don't know why people put so much emphasis and reliance on Twitter, eh? You see all the newspapers or the news on the telly, and Twitter did this and Twitter did this, and
I kind of understand it. Like you follow a lot of YouTubers, and they say, having a competition, all you do is tweet, blah blah blah. And the reason they do it is one, because when you use a hashtag, it's very easy to follow what's going on. The other reason they do it is because it's so short. Even if they get 1,000 replies, it doesn't take them long to filter through it. So that's why they do it, as opposed to using a long form publishing like Facebook.
Yeah, but I mean, is it that when it comes to how it just seems like the country's run via Twitter, doesn't it? Like with politicians and everything, like they come out with a policy, the Twitter sphere goes crazy, so they ditch the policy. Like there's more people in the world that are on Twitter. They just seem to be just full on.
It's a powerful social networking platform.
I know. It's just crazy.
If you're doing something publicly and you want the public to see it, then the public who are going to either going to be Facebook or Twitter is going to be the predominant party. So if you keep those happy, well, you've kept your majority of the people you're aiming at happy. So that's why they do it.
Yeah, but should Twitter be taken that seriously, where it can change policy or dictate policy? From
is it any different than 1,000 people actually signing a petition?
But would 1,000 people sign petition? That's not going to really sway too many things either way. You wouldn't think. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just seems like
even 10,000, even if 10,000 people.
Kind of cool to say some blah-de-blah was on Twitter and people are like, whoa, high-tech and stuff. We better talk about that on the news.
Yeah,
They could make everyone's life easier and just have the elections on Twitter, and that way you could just do the hashtag and they can count them and it's done.
That's right.
My dad would be like, what? How do I do a Twitter?
That's right, yeah.
Hash what?
Yeah, hash libs, labs, or greens, and see how you go.
Dude, who's been doing the hash?
What am I doing with all this hash? What's going on?
All right. Okay, Will, what else have you brought to the table?
Well, we all know Nintendo. It's
we
been there
do
for a couple of years.
We do.
I think I've heard of it.
before they made the consoles that we know and love them. This is harking back to the old fuck geeks thing, and it's something I found very interesting. The first toy designed by Nintendo in 1966 was called the Ultra Hand.
Oh.
It cost $120 at the time. It was a plastic toy that expanded and contracted by moving the handles. And so there was an Australian variant was called, Ultra Hand, and it was imported by a company called Hong Kong Hand Arts. It's basically just one of those scissor picker-uppy things, but $120.
It's like one of those contraptions that you see on a cartoon and it's got a boxing glove at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
and they
Pretty much.
Yeah. And they
brought out,
squeeze it together and it extends in a scissor pattern and punches there.
I mean, they did a few different things. They did another one called the hip flip, which is like a party game where two people put this thing between them and you got to try and spin it around, and it's on a screw thread, so it eventually hits somebody. They did a fairy floss maker. They did a few things like that, but my two favourite ones is the love tester, which worked by getting a couple to hold hands and also holding onto a metal cup. Using a scale of 0 to 100, the test would indicate the strength of love the couple had for each other.
Yeah, that's gone on.
Because,
There's a machine over at the shopping centre, over the town centre, like that. You put your dollar in and it tells you good guff about yourself.
But my favourite one out of the lot is called the light telephone. The sounds picked up by the microphone of the light telephone is coded into the transmitted light, decoded again by the receiving party light telephone using a solar cell and played over the headphone. To use the product, both people plug their respective headphones in the handpiece before aiming the devices at each other and pulling the trigger. Once the users make contact, they can talk simultaneously.
Oh. So it's
a line of sight wireless. Remember the old days where you had two cups and a string? Well, this is two cups without the string.
Full duplex.
You
love
could
it.
flash at each other.
It's great. But could you imagine standing on the side of the road talking to someone? Everyone would be hitting the brakes.
They do look like little cameras, the speed cameras.
Little radar guns. Yeah.
Oh, look, the tech had to start somewhere, didn't it?
I actually really like that idea.
Nintendo sold.
The first one was thing.
The first thing, not game.
Oh, I don't
when
know.
the company was created, playing cards.
Oh, really?
Yep. So you could play poker or Texas Hold'em, euchre,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Made those cards. That was the first things they did.
Yeah,
Fair
cool.
Well, they've been around since the mid-'60s, so not a bad effort for an electronics company to still be around, or a games company to still be around, other than, probably, is it Parker Brothers who it is, who likes like Monopoly and stuff?
Yep.
There wouldn't
and
be too
Nintendo
many.
just brought out Super Mario Speedrun on the iPhone.
That's right.
Exclusively, so it's their first IP gone to the iPhone.
And I saw a new thing on the iTunes. I never had seen it before, but you know how you go through your apps and when you're looking for stuff to get or whatever, and you either have buy or get. If you looked up the Super Mario, it's got notify. You know,
when it comes out.
yes, so and there's notify. And I went, okay, what the hell? I'm not going to buy it, but hey, send me an email. I love getting emails, just like getting letters, isn't it?
It might just make your phone go bling and it says Mario is now available in the App Store.
And then I consider myself up to date with all the groovy ones. Yeah,
You're down with the 411, Glenn?
Yeah. I'm going to have to look that up.
What? Yeah.
What? Yeah, okay, tell me, what's a 411?
Have you seen that in America? Because the information telephone service, you dial 411 and say, how do I get the local Pizza Hut or something? So they had this hip thing where if you know what's happening in the world, then you're down with the 411. It was on, I think it was 10 Things I Hate About You movie.
Yeah.
And the father is trying to sound cool and everything. He's like, I'm hip, I'm down with the 411 and you ain't getting jiggy with any guy. I don't care how dope his ride is.
Now, can anyone remember what the number was for Telstra? Phone, look up.
3-4?
Telecom.
Yeah, no, I think it was 013. Was that right? 013, and you get the...
I know when Optus came around, you had to dial 1 to use Optus.
Yeah, that's right. There was
Yeah, that's
You
right.
had 013, I think, was a paid service, but if you dialed 1234, you got the same service and it was free.
No, the
Yeah.
other
They
way
didn't
around.
advertise.
It depends if you're on a payphone or on a landline.
Yeah. But now you just Google things.
Remember back in the day when you had to actually, where you could reverse the charges?
That's right.
You know, you wouldn't have any money, so you'd like ring your mum and you'd tell the operator you wanted to reverse your charge.
So I've just looked up the Urban Dictionary for 411.
No, don't do that.
Let's see if
Don't
we,
do that.
let's see if we got some audio. No. Hang on, I'll try again. No. Okay. Well, it'll probably just spurt out in a minute. Now it goes.
One of my friends had a good thing worked out with his parents so that it didn't cost any money. If you dial a number, it would ring, and as soon as they pick up, it would cut out because you hadn't put any money in. But if he was coming over to visit and he was ready to come home, he would just go to a local public telephone box. They used to have those back in our old days.
Yeah,
You just dial a home phone number and let it ring, and if they picked it up and there was no one there, they're like, oh, he must be ready to come home, and then come get him.
Well, but anyway, I'll tell you the definition from the Urban Dictionary. Damn, she's fine. I'm going to go get the 411 on her. There you go. Does that make sense? What's happening? Person 1. What's the 411, homie? Person 2. It's all good, Holmes. Person 1. Word.
Yo, yo, word, boy.
Word up. Yeah, really cool, man. All right, now, I have a story.
Right along.
Oh, I've got one. Chrome. Chrome will mark non-HTTPS sites from January insecure. So there you go. They're going to start warning you against insecure sites that use unencrypted connections. So it will label HTTP.
75% of the internet.
Well, yeah.
What? Yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah, but I think it's only. I'll continue with this because I think it might only be certain ones.
So if you go to like commonwealthbank.com.hahayousuck.com, then you'll see it's unencrypted, and you go, hang on, this might not be the Commonwealth Bank site after all.
But anyway, it looks like HTTP login pages and credit card forms it will mark as non-secure. So login pages and credit card forms isn't secure page. It's going to tell you. It will have a grey window next to the address bar. It will increase its warnings progressively to all HTTP pages. There you go, Will. Including incognito mode, and implement the same red triangle icon it currently uses to alert to a broken HTTPS. So apparently this is all the rage. Apple is also on the HTTPS bandwagon, and they're telling their developers earlier this year that they'll need to force HTTPS connections for iOS apps by the end of this year. So it's all going on. Crazy stuff.
That's just stupid because the average person who runs the average website is not going to fork out for a security license.
Old Fart Geeks is not going to be encrypted, I tell you that now.
But do you have,
for anything that you have to, have a secure username and password, fair enough. But just for a regular run-of-the-mill website, that's just stupid.
But even, run-of-the-mill websites, you got to log in, just to make them happy or whatever. Like, well, you just use dumb passwords anyway, don't you? Like, you just your normal generic sort of stuff. And
if you click on I forgot my password, they email it to you in plain text through about 20 servers that get to you anyway. So
yeah,
where security, who cares?
Who cares? Well, at least it gets to you. At least you can read it. It's just there for everyone. If it breaks, you just call.
Oh, that's right. It was Turnbull Sucks 2016. That's right. I forgot that password.
Or turnbulldoesnothing.com. So, yeah, okay. So, cool. So that's what's going on there with the Google Chrome. So you'd probably imagine that everyone's going to start following suit, you'd imagine. Does anyone use Edge? No?
What do you use as Edge? That's a good joke.
Oh, no. All right.
You tell me you're a comedian, Glenn.
I know. I started my own.
Use Edge to download Firefox or Chrome. That's about it.
That's the only reason it gets used. Although there is a few browsers
there.
out. There's half a dozen different web browsers out that I actually have used on different devices. I've got some older tablets, and like the tablet I use in the work truck and things like that. it's not powerful enough to run Chrome multiple, because we run Zero, we run Yammer, we run a few different apps, and they all want different tabs. So if you're running Chrome, suddenly you've got 10 tabs open, and this old little tablet can't handle it. So there's a couple of actual browsers I use that are really, really lightweight, and they let you run these browsers without using all your system resources, and they work quite well.
But I found one called Squirrel that worked on Dad's old phone. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Squirrel's good.
Yeah, but IE is on Windows 10. I know Windows 10, when you upload it, boots up, and you go, where's IE? And there's this funky little E down there, which is Edge. But if you search for Internet Explorer, it's still there, and you just pin it to the taskbar, and away you go.
Way you go.
Well, Internet Explorer is intricate in the Windows operating system because it bases it, half of its
Renders everything.
stuff uses it. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah. But yeah,
I remember back in the day before browsers came with computers, and you'd be on IRC and someone comes on, how do I get a browser? You say, well, you go to www.netscape.com. Well, how do I get there? Well, first you need a browser.
Yeah, I know, that was classic, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like, sometimes
you jump on IRC or something like that, and you'd ask them to send you a copy of a browser.
ECC send.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Jace, did you have another story?
Yeah, I listened to the last show, but not the one or two before that. Have you guys talked about the killer USB stick?
Don't think so.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, though.
Sounds like something out of a spy movie, but a USB stick that essentially fries unprotected computers, aptly named USB Kill 2.0, is now publicly available.
Right.
Last year, a Russian computer researcher created a USB thumb drive that draws power from a computer it's plugged into and then sends back an electric surge to destroy its physical components. At the time, the USB was only proof of concept and there were no instructions on how to recreate it. Now, a manufacturer based in Hong Kong called USB Kill has developed a mass-produced USB thumb drive that performs the same function. Our tests reveal that more than 95% of all devices using USB ports will be damaged permanently or destroyed by a USB power surge attack, USB Kill said in a statement. Despite publicising USB electrical surges as a possible attack vector more than a year ago, USB Kill says Apple is the only manufacturer that has since built in protection to its laptops. Here's how it works. When plugged into a device, the USB killer rapidly charges its capacitors from the USB power lines. When the device is charged, 200 volts DC is discharged over the data lines of the host device. This charge-discharge cycle is repeated many times a second until the USB killer is removed. Photo booths, copy machines, airline entertainment system, and ticket terminals often have exposed USB ports that are vulnerable to malicious attacks. USB Kill 2.0 can be used by testers to check a device is adequately protected against power surge attacks. USB Kill 2.0 could also be used as a PC poison pill for those who want to prevent their sensitive data from getting into the wrong hands. Think journalists, whistleblowers, activists, and cyber criminals.
Ooh, $50 it costs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, you can make one yourself pretty easily, too.
Yeah, okay. Cool. USB killer. I got some... I think it's right
Stick
here.
a screwdriver in the USB port, right?
Well, that'll kill it. Look, I
Put out the pin.
I haven't opened this yet, but I got this off eBay. And it was a USB port tester.
Ah.
Yeah, so I thought I'll try that. It's got the in and out, and it's got a little LED display on it.
That'll be useful for your job.
Yeah, so sometimes I think it's the LED tells you if there's any power coming out. So, sometimes you think, something doesn't work in the USB port, and it's probably because there's too little power.
Does it tell you if it's USB 2 or 3? That would be handy to have a LED light up if it was 3 and not if it's 2 or something like that, because you could tell which ports got which.
There is a way you can do that with another tester I've got. That's half of what you need. There's a load tester you need that actually goes with that, and it actually does a load test on each of the outputs of the USB port and tells you how much current the USB port can support.
Aren't the USB 3 all blue?
The port is, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But not all manufacturers are doing that. A lot of manufacturers are using USB 2 and just making them blue.
Oh, nasty.
But yeah, there's a second part of that device. It's a load test device you need to go with it, and it actually draws the current off the USB port. To see what the port itself can actually handle.
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of them are rated like you get your ones on your computer, they're supposed to be rated at 500 milliamp, but most of them are likely to be 250. Or you get the portable charge devices that say they're 2 amp or 2.5 amp, and most of them are maybe an amp tops. So it's really interesting to see how badly rated a lot of this stuff actually is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much hope for this tester, coming from China, but we'll see. Maybe it's
They work fine.
killer.
I've got a few of them. They're great just for checking stable voltages and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I got it for. So I got it the other day, so I'll test it out. And
It's actually really good to
next
put
week.
on. It's good to put on USB ports. There's actually something interesting I learned the other day. If you've got a USB port, a powered USB port that obviously plugs into the wall, if it doesn't have a proper protection circuit and it's feeding back through the USB cable that goes from the port to, or from the hub to your USB on the computer, because they haven't got a one-way diode in there, if you use that on a Mac, chances are it'll actually fry the USB port on the Mac.
yeah, right.
Because Mac don't have proper protection circuits on them. Whereas you use it on a normal PC, on anything other than the Mac, generally it won't have any effect at all because they'll handle the open circuit current.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
But yeah, because I had a friend who had borrowed my hub, and it worked perfectly fine on my system, and it worked on his, and then he wanted to plug a couple of higher draw USB devices in, so he plugged the power lead in, and then suddenly the hub stopped working, and we couldn't figure out why. And it fried the USB port on his Mac.
Oh, yuck. How much did he get that fixed? Or what happens there?
No, it's killed the port.
Now, something else that's pretty, I don't know, a spin job. Shane Warne. This is the story I got off my Twitter feed. Because he come out with a video and I went, oh, there's Warnie on a video. I'll have a look at that video. Anyway, so he's going to get his own emojis. The WarnieMojis. There's one there. Now, he's super excited. He goes, oh, I'll read it as he said it. I'm super excited about my naughty and nice emojis, and I'm pumped for the October launch just in time for the cricket season, of course. People take themselves too seriously. Life should be about having fun, and fun emojis are an accepted part of communication in 2016. So there you go. So Warnie's got his emojis out. Cool. In October for the cricket. Cool.
Crickets. I can hear crickets. Is that what you mean?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Are we supposed to care?
Oh, look. If they cost less than $1, I'll buy them.
You would.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think there's going to be some pretty funny ones. I think by looking at the site. If you want to follow any of these stories, just go to the show notes on the webpage aussietechhouse.com.au/podcast, and you can link back, to my stories anyway. I think you guys just work out of Chrome, don't you? I think it's all ad
Mine's
lib.
in WordPad this time.
Oh, WordPad, yay! Geez, got on Word. Why does Windows
WordPad, is that still
have
a
that?
thing?
Yeah, it's still
I
around.
had to reboot the computer after I got all the stories there. So quick, save them in there, reboot.
Well, give us
That's
another.
why I use Chrome, because if you close the browser, it keeps all your tabs saved.
You're going to be a bit blurry there, Will.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't know. Who knows?
Who cares?
Oh,
All the
Will?
no.
Vaseline on the lens to make it look sultry and
Yeah,
stuff.
and I don't think the camera's focusing. It's just
There
the
we go.
Skype connections explode.
He's got the. What are the old movie stars used to put the stocking over the camera just to soften their faces.
Yep.
And all this. This is what Will does up in Rosebud.
I
Or
like
He's
whatever.
run out of the face powder this week.
I like having a soft face.
All right, Will, give us another one.
So you know how last week we were talking about how saying that the ATO is likely going to try and shut down all the websites for all the international companies who refuse to pay GST because we tell them to.
Yes.
Well, according to the ATO, they've backpedaled on that and they've decided that they're actually probably not going to worry about that because it's, doesn't look good.
No, too hard. Way too
So,
hard.
according to the ATO, even though they have the ability to exercise a power that has existed for decades, we don't feel that it's important to enforce it at this time. Apparently,
Look, I can see that they can probably enforce it on eBay and things like that, but I don't know. This the most popular ones, but for little buying directly from Joe Blow in, Ho Chi Minh City, well, he's not going to do it, is he? But eBay.
You just get
And
your
that's the
stuff
thing.
shipped to an address in America or something. Get them to send it over.
There's too many ways around it. The internet's it's made everything global. It's just too big. It's too
Amazon
much.
put it on one of those parrot quadcopters, and it'll fly from America over to Sydney, drop it off at your front door, fly back again.
That's a whole lot of batteries.
I suppose the only thing they can do is put it on at customs. I don't know. What are they going to do, Will? They're going to...
Well, they do, if it's over $1,000, they automatically do anyway.
But then how many
It
times...
doesn't matter. They've just made all their money from upping the cigarette tax anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
How much is a packet of cigarettes?
Just see that it's going to go.
It'll be
they
$40.
reckon- Yeah, it's going to go up to $40 a packet.
Oh, man.
And yet, amazingly, tobacco is still illegal to grow. I don't know why.
Illegal?
Yeah,
Yeah, because...
you can't legally grow tobacco, and I can't possibly understand why a herb would be blocked from. Oh wait, so's marijuana.
What other?
What's that government up to?
Yeah, one of those something called TAX, I think.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah, all right. So, $40. My God, what's that make? About $2 a smoke. Just about.
Yeah, but imagine if you. I mean, I remember Dad saying when he was a truckie back when I was 10, so 25 years ago, he used to smoke 2 packs of Horizon 50s a day.
Oh.
Just sitting in the truck driving from one town to the next. So, you got to think that's now probably that would be $100, $120 a day habit now.
Dear oh dear, that's a lot. All right, Jace, did you have any more stories?
Yeah, a programming error in the Commonwealth Bank's automated calculator for personal overdraft applications has forced the bank to pay $180,000 in infringement fines and write off $2.5 million in loan balances.
Oh.
The Australian Securities and Investments Commission today said CBA had self-reported the unidentified programming error following an internal review prompted by ASIC surveillance. The review found the error in CBA's automated serviceability calculator meant the bank failed to account for declared housing and living expenses of some consumers applying for personal overdrafts between July 2011 and September last year. The calculator entered $0 in housing expenses and used a benchmark for living expenses, which in some cases was substantially less than the customer's actual expenses. As a result, this led to an overestimation of the consumer's capacity to service the overdraft facility. The bank approved 9,577 customers for personal overdrafts that should have been declined and handed out 1,152 higher overdraft limits than normal as a result of the programming error. ASIC levied 4 infringement notices totaling $180,000 on the bank last month for breaching responsible lending laws. ASIC said that CBA advised it would also write off around $2.5 million in personal overdraft balances as a result of the programming error.
So
That's gotta suck.
Yeah. So what they're saying is, people they've gone to the bank for an overdraft. They shouldn't have got it, but because of this error, they got it, and so then they can't pay
They couldn't
it.
afford to pay it back.
Oh.
So they're like, we'll have to just forget about it.
But this was self-identified, this error as well.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, once ASIC said you have to go through and check through all of your systems and do an audit on it, and they're like, oh, hang on, what? Oh, yeah, now we realise.
Yeah.
If they hadn't asked them to do it, they'd still be going ahead.
So do you think that was an error by mistake or an error on purpose? Just to...
No, I think the programmer probably forgot the decimal point he put in the wrong place or something. Happens. He doesn't got a job anymore. Poor guy.
So yeah, they approved nearly 10,000 consumers for overdrafts. Well, there you go. But anyway,
Didn't approve me.
Yeah,
Aw.
no. But
It would have been a great glitch if they had it.
They say, oh, sorry, Mr. Tompkinson there, we can't take any more of your money. You'll just have to keep the overdraft. I'm terribly sorry
Yeah,
about that.
that's right. Exactly.
Golly gosh damn it, he says.
All right, Will, any more? I'm out. It's just in
Um,
case you want to know. I've got nothing.
Yeah, no, I got. I've always got more stories.
I know, you got heaps.
So a couple of things. We're
files.
talking, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you guys remember, we're talking about a review is underway about the Tesla and their autopilot, and because one guy had an accident and this autopilot, supposedly crashed the car and things like that.
Yep.
On May 7th it was, Joshua Brown, owner of Tesla Model S, collided with the back of a vehicle in Florida while using the autopilot system. The tractor-trailer drove across the highway, but no brake was applied, and so the Tesla vehicle passed under the trailer, causing a crash into the driver. Apparently, it turns out after their investigations, it turns out that he hadn't updated the software in his car. They're still running the original software that came with the car. Instead, the updates that have been released would have since fixed that from being a problem.
But that's no excuse. That's nothing. That's ridiculous.
So, no, but it goes to show you, because
Average Joe's not going to update software.
Well, the car does it automatically, and they even provide free internet access to the vehicle to do it. This guy deliberately blocked the updates. He'd gone in and basically hacked the car so that the car couldn't be updated because he was doing things with the car that he wasn't supposed to be doing.
Right.
And if he had it updated, they would have caught that.
So they're going to make. Well, hopefully they're going to make these updates a bit more harder to turn off or something.
Well, he's got one of the first ones, and originally when the cars were released, they were only released to die-hard fanatics, effectively, so they didn't think that was going to be an issue. Now,
like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, so the later models that have come out have had that problem solved because they're more family-orientated and more average person-orientated, so it hasn't really been an issue. But it just leads in, so basically, yeah, that's why it had the accident. It had nothing to do with a failure in the car or anything like that. It was literally this guy was playing with things he shouldn't have been playing with. But that brings me to my other story, which is 10 reasons why you should run Linux instead of Windows. And it can't.
They work well together.
They go through a list of things that they're saying. Tesla. They're saying that the Tesla Model S runs Linux. If you want to build the fastest accelerating production car in the world, it needs to use Linux. Linux is the only operating system that can handle all the operations required to. So everything from that to the Hadron Collider to most of the all the Google technologies, all their server rooms, everything like that is all Linux. And basically, this list just goes on about how all the everything major computing in the world, effectively, even the USS, what is it? USS Zumwalt.
One of those.
It's basically a double. What is that thing? Well, I hadn't seen this picture before. It's on the other hand, if I wanted to build a really big bad boy complete with guided missiles, stealth capabilities, and double armed fist of the US Navy, I'd build the USS Zumwalt as. So there you go. So it's basically a floating data center.
Yeah, right.
It runs Linux. So, but the reason they're doing that is that looking statistically, they've been tracking it over the last few years, and Linux was 6% in 2009 on all across the board, systems. And now it's this is a really confusing chart. What have they done? They've changed. Oh, great. They got halfway through the chart, then they invert the colors. That's real handy. So they've gone from so they're up at like 25% or something now. In 5 years, basically, they've gone from 6 or 7% to 25%. So
yeah, that's pretty good. Look, I think that's right. Yeah, 21%, Apple 26%, and Windows.
Apple is based on
Apple's Linux.
Linux.
So if you work like that, then Linux is basically 50%.
Well, I've got one here. It's
and then Android is Linux.
Windows. I'm going to throw some stats here, so get your pencils ready. So Microsoft Windows 10, 20.8%, 8, 8.4%, 7, 22%, Vista 0.1%, XP 0.4%. Good old Vista. Now, the OS X, 26%. So that's OS X is more than Windows 10. Ubuntu, 12.3. That's not bad. Fedora, 1.4. Mint, 1.7. And Debian, 1.9%.
Yeah, so basically it's pretty much 50% Windows
and
50% Linux. It's pretty even, really.
Yeah, but if you could split it out into OS X and Ubuntu's and stuff.
But even if you break it down, that is 50% Windows, 25% iOS, 25% Linux. So
yeah,
I mean, given that Linux a couple of years ago, you go, oh, I run Linux. People go, you run what now? These days you say I run Linux, and most people understand at least what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The worst thing I had was when I was living in Newcastle. I went into a library and was trying to find a book, and the lady is like, "What is it you're looking for?" And it's like, "Oh, a book on Unix." And then I thought, "Hang on, that you might not think UNIX if I say Unix." Oh, we want guys who talk a very high pitched voice to eat. No, it's a computer thing.
The oil baths and
yeah, all right.
Feed you grapes. I want somebody to feed me grapes. I want to learn how to do it.
Oh, it's Alexander the Great's chief eunuch.
So I think we're just about out of time. Gee, that's gone pretty fast, doesn't it? Did you have anything else, Will, that you wanted to talk about?
I was just quickly going to say one thing that a friend of mine asked me, because he loves his iPhones. He asked me about getting the new iPhone, and he says, "Oh, I want to get it because it's waterproof." I said, "No, it is not waterproof. Don't get water resistant confused with waterproof. It has an IP67 rating, which means it's protected from immersion in liquid of 1 meter for 30 minutes. That's not like that's absolute best case scenario, assuming all the ports are like it's in a case and everything like that. As it is, it's not really designed for that.
Go swimming with it."
Yeah, basically saying, it's not recommended for immersion in liquid. It's designed that if you, spill a drink on you
drop it in the dunny.
Or you're talking in the rain or something like that. So don't get waterproof and water resistant confused. That will cost you a lot of money.
There's a site here, Tech Radar, what you can't do with your water resistant iPhone 7. You can't go swimming. So they've gone...
You can. Your phone won't work.
Yeah, well, that's all right, exactly.
You can do all of the things. You just end up with a brick, right?
But then, fair point, this article goes on and says you probably don't want to strap a phone to your arm anyway while you're swimming. So, fair point.
Well, it's funny, back in the day, back when candy bar phones were a neat thing, I had a Ericsson T27, the shark fin phone, which was a full waterproof, immersible phone.
And you pretended you were Jaws and went in the water.
Well, I went jet skiing. I went jet skiing with a mate one weekend, and I completely forgot I had the phone clipped on my belt. And I was out jet skiing. Yes, I was wearing jeans jet skiing because I just knocked off work. And he goes, "You want to go jet skiing?" I went, "Yeah, all right." So we went out jet skiing, and I had the phone clipped on because I used to wear it around the back, around behind me. And I was out jet skiing for about 2 hours with the phone clipped onto my back, and I'd been dunked a dozen times. And it wasn't until I got out and got back to the car and sat down in the car I realised I still had my phone clipped to my belt. And it lasted another, the rest of my contract, another 18 months after that. So
it's all right.
There is waterproof phones, but that's not one of them.
Did you see where there's a company in the US that you can take your iPhone to and they'll spray this waterproofing on and you can put it in the water, and Leo Laporte did that a couple of years ago, and then he got it back and he's like, "See, you can just put it in this glass of water."
Plunk.
My phone's dead now.
As if that'd
They
work.
said that I could put it in water.
What
They
about
lied.
What about all the holes in it? The headphone jack, the power jack. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like,
It's
as
like
if
a lot of these
technology could fix all of
a lot
that.
of these phone USB, phone power banks. This one's a rugged outdoors power bank that you're supposed to be able. It's solar, so this one at least charges off the solar panel, which most of them don't. But there was a plastic shroud around this, and then under the solar panel is all the circuitry. So there is no way known in any language that that's even remotely water resistant.
No.
Let alone rugged, outdoors, and waterproof.
No. Well, look, I'll just quickly go through the rest of this list from the Tech Radar. Don't venture into salt water. Doesn't like fresh salt water. Venture into the sea and the salt water could play havoc with your phone. So, yep, don't go scuba diving. Oh, that's a bit, bit of a no-brainer. And, Jace, don't drop it in the toilet.
Fine, I won't then. Jeez, take away all my fun.
All your fun's just gone. Well, your iPhone...
I used to work cleaning nightclubs. It was great money, actually, because you'd find a heap of money on the floor. But the amount of times I found phones in toilets... I just couldn't believe, at the end of the night, when you cleaned out the toilets, there'd be 10 or 15 phones in the toilet cubicles. And you just stand there, you look at it and go, how does that even happen? One or two, I understand, but not every cubicle has 3 phones in it. I mean, come on.
Didn't anybody else notice it and take them?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't understand
That'd be great for eBay, right?
So they're saying that...
We'll never did that.
They're saying the iPhone 7 may be able to survive a quick flush. So, you know.
Assuming it doesn't go around the S-bend.
What about a royal flush?
No, just a quick one. Just a quickie. Quickie round the bend. All right. Jace, did you have anything else you wanted to get out?
I can do a quick summary. Netflix reckons that data caps should be declared illegal in every home, granted unlimited downloads to cope with the demands of streaming video.
Illegal?
Hang on, is this the same company that went, hey, if you guys pay more, we'll give you more movies? Yeah, no worries, we'll pay more. Here, have an extra $2 a month. Oh, cool. Oh, by the way, it's going to be another couple of years before you get those extra movies.
Home downloads don't serve a legitimate purpose and are an ineffective tool for managing network congestion, they argue. Data cap allotment of 300 gigs or higher is required to meet international internet TV standards of an average American. This does not account for other things that consumers typically do. An above average television watcher, multi-occupant household, or a consumer wishing to watch in 4K requires much higher cap or allotment. This way, today's above average internet consumer is tomorrow's average internet consumer. They're also pushing to ban low data caps on mobile connections in the US, which impede people's ability to watch streaming video on the run.
Well, why don't they just put $1 from everyone's subscription and give it to the internet companies, and they might, I don't know, do something, an extra.
Because then they'll say $2 and $8.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of,
they're already doing that in the US.
They're worried
because there's a lot of companies like Comcast or somebody like that who restrict Netflix artificially and then say, if Netflix give us $100 million, we'll unrestrict it so people can watch the Netflix properly.
Speaking of internet in other countries that aren't ours, New Zealand has just decided, I love the way the story starts, New Zealand has just wiped us in the rugby for 14 consecutive years. But other than that, on Friday last week, New Zealand fixed line telco company Chorus announced it will extend its 1 gigabit fibre broadband service across the entire country.
Wow.
So the entire New Zealand, in both islands, is going to have a minimum of 1 gigabit download and 500 meg upload.
Not bad.
That's going to be their standard and only option.
That'd be nice.
It's a small country, though. It'd be easy to do. Small country.
Heavily populated in all the areas. One of my friends is over in the US at the moment. He's like, oh, this guy from Comcast just turned up and he said he's going to install fibre to the house. I can't get that at my house. Even if I pay $1,000, I'd have to pay $1 million to get it to my house. They're not coming to my house yet. In Gladstone, I'm really annoyed, but this guy just turned up. Oh, hi, here's your fibre. Off he goes. I was like, I hate it.
Yeah, so basically the average price for gigabit internet, they're increasing it price by 20%. So it looks like their average price is going to be somewhere around $70 a month for unlimited gigabit internet.
Yeah,
Nice.
right. Wow.
I'm going to New Zealand. Screw this. I'm not moving to Bundown. I'm not moving to Rosewood.
They should charge $66.66.
I'm just doing an NBN check on my location again. Not at your address. Not currently available. That's just
I did.
Now I'm depressed.
Well, the funny thing was, it wasn't available here, and then it was the next day. I wasn't even on the rollout. Then all of a sudden, they went, "Oh, by the way, you can get NBN." I went, "Oh,
What? Okay, twist my arm.
yeah."
But we're supposed to be doing the HFC.
No swearing.
HSC, aren't you supposed to do that in year 12?
Yeah. But I don't want the NBN if it's going to be 2 meg down like Jace gets.
I got 11 just now.
Oh, well, that's just fast as.
I'm paying for 25.
You won't know yourself when it pops up to 25.
No matter what happens to the download, though, the upload is always about 4.5 to 4.8 up. It's the download that's the only one that gets screwed up. It's weird.
So with the NBN and the fibre to the node, is that slow down the more people in your area get on? Or is it like...
To a point.
Yeah?
Well, see, I'm on... where I'm moving to is fibre to the node on their VDSL, which is their hybrid one, and they use the copper phone lines.
Yeah. Yep.
So that has to. I mean, it's just the nature of copper that it's going to slow down with more people on it. But how many other people are going to be using it is another question.
Well, it's 10 years, isn't it? Next year, since it was first written on the back of a coaster. And it's still written on the back of a coaster. Yeah.
No, they've got rid of the coaster. It's on a napkin now.
Oh, right.
They upgraded.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll get to the whiteboard soon and things might take off.
So I know we're about to wrap up. So there's a few people have been watching the stream. I want to give... who we have on here? We've had Tootie Brown. We've had Daniel Coxon. We've had Ray Downey. Cool, Ray Downey.
Junior.
So, and some guy called Aussie Tech Heads keeps posting stuff as well. I don't know what that's about.
Can't shut him up.
Yeah.
Can't show you his face.
Thanks for watching, guys, and it's been fun, and I hope we'll do it more. And Tootie Brown says, with Will's pull-aparts, a gadget saves me hours of research and visiting Google. I'm actually hoping to do just a random little knick-knack thing where I just grab stuff like that, tear it down, and show, hey, look, this is good or no good. So when I get internet eventually back at some point in the next couple of months, it's something I'll hopefully look at starting to do.
Yeah, good stuff.
Especially batteries.
You love
everything will have... Just about every device these days does have batteries in it. It's almost impossible to not have batteries.
Yeah, that's right. So should we be charging our things all the way to 100% or only up to about 80?
100%. Lithium battery is completely different. Yeah, with a new phone, charge it every time you're near a power point. Plug it in, charge it. The higher you keep it charged, the longer it's going to last.
Okay.
The adapters auto switch to trickle charge anyway, so it shouldn't affect your device. Once it gets to 100, it's not going to keep pumping out full voltage.
Assuming it's on a note. Yeah.
I did notice with my iPhone after the update to 10 actually that the battery does last a bit longer. I thought.
Yeah,
that's good. I heard a couple of people were saying it lasts shorter, so it's good to hear that yours going longer.
They're probably I mean, it's different with every device. Like my boss and our driver at work have both got the same phone. My boss is on his all day, and my driver hardly uses his, yet he uses more battery. And we put it down to the fact that because he's driving around, it's constantly switching networks and constantly roaming, which is using more power.
Yeah.
Now, I've just had a SMS from PA who listens most weeks. He's probably on the stream now, IPA, on the Facebook live stream. He sent me an SMS of his iTunes. He's updating his iPhone 6S Plus, I think he's got, to the iOS 10. And he's taken a screenshot or a photo of the iPhone software update, 2.47 gig.
Nice.
How is that? And don't you believe me?
I did my iPhone and the iPad. So
because you want to make sure you turn your Wi-Fi off and do those over 3G. Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see that? I can't see that one.
Have the NBN first.
Yep.
Yeah, how's that? Well, mine was about 1 gig, so I don't know why his is 2.47. My God. It's crazy.
I got a text message today too. It said my NAB credit card account has been blocked and I need to click on this dodgy link to get it undone again, type in all my details. If I had a account with NAB, maybe I would think about doing that.
Yeah.
But then again, my job is to block those kinds of emails every day for 8 hours a day, so I'm not going to fall for an SMS that says my NAB account, which doesn't exist, has been blocked and I need to go to dodgy website to fix it.
Wouldn't it be funny if you did fall for it?
Yeah, I think they registered something like NABmobile.link.
Right.
Don't go to that site, whatever it is. I don't even know if it exists, but don't go there, people.
No, look, there's someone, I think it was even someone like, I don't know, my mum or something sent me an email and she doesn't know what she's doing. And, she just goes, oh, watch this, it's funny. And it was some weird footer, the Yahoo or Magic Mail or something, footers and everything. And
Credit mail.
that's him. And I double clicked on the little movie thing and it came up and said, oh, can't play or blah, blah, blah. And I went, you know what? I'm out of here. I just can't be bothered. I'm out. If you don't
Dad got a message yesterday saying Jake is transferring $1,450 into your account. Click here to complete the transfer. I was like, what should I do with this? I said, don't click the link.
Yes.
Actually, it's funny was random stuff like my media center normally uses Chrome and Google as its default search, but the other day I turned the computer on and opened it up and loaded to Chrome and it went to Yahoo. And I'm like, excuse me? So apparently some random nothing, because nothing's been installed. It's the laptops, I just got it back from Harvey Norman. It hasn't been touched. And then miraculously it's gone, no, you're using 7 Yahoo now to search. I'm like,
cool.
I'm what now?
Yeah, in order of uselessness, I think you'd have
It's up there with Alta Vista, I think. Dogpile.
But in order
Hotbot.
Of who?
Hotbot. That was a great
Never heard.
search
What about
engine.
InfoSeek? I remember that.
Web crawler.
What about Ask Jeeves?
Oh yeah, Ask Jeeves. Yeah, that used to be fair dinkum. That didn't used to be spam. It used to be a fair dinkum one, but now it's just all rubbish. But like Bing, like God, is that useless or what?
I have actually used Bing exactly 0 times since I've been in this house.
Yeah.
What about
used it
DuckDuckGo?
Actually, DuckDuckGo is cool. My sister uses that all the time.
Yeah, do you like it?
It actually, it does it does a pretty good job actually.
Give me a look. I've never looked at this.
It does, like if you're after the slightly more obscure news articles that aren't mainstream media, like
You
want
don't want to
something
be
from
in the
R3
Google ecosystem.
well, not only that, but if you want something from Al Jazeera or something like that, DuckDuckGo is much better at it than Chrome tends to miss some of the slightly more controversial searches sometimes.
Oh,
Well,
there
they
we
just
go.
removed 1.7 billion web addresses from the Google search engine in the last few months.
Yeah, but 1.69 billion of those was probably spam.
Torrents.
That's not a bad looking little search engine thing, is it? Like it's nice and neat.
What, DuckDuckGo?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's nice and neat. It's got nice little colours and shades and everything. A lot of light and what is that? Light and dark or light and shade?
I never paid that much attention.
All that rubbish. All right. Well, let's get out of here if everyone's finished. Jace, you finished?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Will, you finished?
Oh, you shut me up, you know that. But yeah, I'm finished.
If you don't like that one, try dogpile.com.
Oh,
I
hang
used
on.
to like Dogpile, but only because you could send him to go fetch, and you sit there and dig. Does he still dig when you search?
Let me have a look.
just remembered that it existed.
I mentioned that a
Dog
second ago.
Hang on, I'll go.
Do a search.
Okay, what am I
See
going
if
to...
it can find Warlock. Yeah. I didn't see a dog, though.
Oh,
It's got all
okay.
the
They've
Warlock
changed.
stuff.
No, he used to dig it when you go fetch. He'd dig a little hole.
Yeah.
I can see him down the bottom of the screen. He's got a little ball in his mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, a picture of Max Smart comes up when I type in Warlock. You are there. But then right next to you, just about next to you, is a picture of Max.
I like this one. Ads related to Warlock. One tip of a flat belly.
Flat belly. Yeah, I just got exactly the same one.
Superfatburningfats.com.
I got exactly the same one.
What'd you get?
They must just have one.
They
ad.
know me too well. Superfatburningfats.com.
Yeah, go fetch. Yeah, there's no... I
There
can't
used to be. Is Spock still a search engine?
Go to the latest
Spock.
NFL.
Oh yeah, Spock's still a thing. Spock used to be able, if you wanted to search for a person, you go to Spock.com and you can do a specific search on somebody and it finds all the information related to that person.
Okay, let's have a go. Quickly.
But I'm
We'll
just
do
seeing
this
if it's
quickly
still
and then we'll
working.
get out of here. Spock.
I've typed it. It wants to load, but it's not quite working.
Maybe there's too many
Oh,
busy...
there we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, possibly. First name.
Let's type in William. No, William. Oh, full name. Oh, this is going to be US.
No, it's
What city are you? Ippy?
yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
EBKA, MF.
Oh no, they've changed it now. It is only American now. Oh man.
Ruth, can you go?
They used to work.
Has lived at? Is related to Nancy Turst. Oh, you're 87, Will. Oh, how's he? How you going?
Yeah, I think that's US only now. It used to be worldwide, but they've obviously.
Maybe there's a .au. Is there a .au? Nope.
Arizona. Yeah, no, they've changed it all now. Well, that's annoying.
Well, let's just go back to Google. Type Spock. We'll go Spock, Australia. No. Oh, I just see, like, no one probably knows, but through the week, Ken Sparks died. You'd probably know him now from he used to host that Jukebox Saturday Night on Aurora. He had a heart attack. Poor old bloke. He did a lot of. Do you know him, Jake? You heard of him?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Anyway, he's I didn't mind that. All right. Well, let's get out of here because look, I think the music's going to start. There it goes. How good am I? All right. I don't know. Can you guys hear that?
Do we get 2 lots of credits this week, or was that just a special last week?
No, that was just a special from last week. All right. So thanks, Will. Thanks for coming in, and good luck with the move.
Worries.
And hope it all goes.
See you in a couple of months.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Chase. Thanks for coming in.
That's all right. I might have to end up doing a couple of podcasts on my own.
Well, you never know. We'll be down. I might take over Will's mantle. I'll be the
special guest, Glenn.
About time.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. I'm fine with that. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, wherever you've been watching us or getting us. And good stuff. Don't forget all the other podcasts, Aussie Mac Zone, and the two podcasts out this week. They haven't been out for 6 months. The Old Fart Geeks and Obsidian Loft. So you can catch them on iTunes and YouTube. All right. Good stuff. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.